Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton, here with Brandon. 5 cards, 5 minutes for the new BanG Dream set featuring Poppin Party and Roselia. Brandon, what's our first card?
First up, we have this level 0 Akko. When a climax is placed on stage, you can discard a card, and if you do, you can draw a card. It's also a Brainstormer, which is a pay 1, rest 2 characters to mill 5 cards, and then salvage for each pants trigger revealed in those cards.
Brainstorming 5 is so much better than Brainstorming 4. Obviously, you need to run the 8 pants list in order for this to really work, but if you're running the 8 pants list, you're more likely to have more climaxes in hand, which means more climaxes to slam, which means more of that on climax play ditch draw effect. Anything that draws at climax phase spooks me a little bit just because it feels like it's super easy to draw into climaxes when you usually don't want to in that spot, but in 8 pants, this makes a ton of sense, and I want to see Mashiro continue to evolve the Brainstormer in this direction. Next up, the Astral Harmony Nanami. If you have 2 or more, this sits at 5/5. Climax combo, on attack, pitch a music character. If you have another music character, top check 5, add 2. This is, I think, becoming a new baseline profile, kind of the way that we're talking about like the cigarettes combo, kind of the way we talked about the cigarettes combo, kind of being like the standard middle of the road climax combo. I think this is kind of the next step for that standard of playable but not overpowered climax combos at level 1.
Yeah, it's really kind of has that hand filter +1. I kind of agree it's really kind of in that middle of the road kind of climax combo. You can help time out your mill a little bit better with this kind of combo. You're potentially going through 18 cards of your deck total if you tri-field this combo. Next up, we have the level 1 Rinko. At the beginning of your encore step, you can discard a copy of this card and the climax from the climax area. And if you do, you can look up to 5 cards. You can only select Roselia characters in this, but you can select as many of those cards with that trait from those top 5 cards and put them into your hand. We've seen this kind of combo before. We saw this with Union in the Konosuba movie 7 Deadly Sins, and we're going to see this again in Rent a Girlfriend. So I think this is a really interesting combo.
We're used to seeing this on 2/1s that come down as early plays. This is a free card, has the potential to get more than a single plus per lane, only requires 2 copies of the card involved to get it, 1 on board, 1 in hand to pitch. So the combo in a Roselia deck has the chance to plus potentially 4, including the ditch. It also doesn't require any kind of reverse. It only needs to stay on board. It can even crash as long as it doesn't get bombed to another zone. It's on pants, which means it's potentially loopable, especially considering it's only 1 lane. That makes it that much easier. Next is the Astral Harmony Mashiro. 500 for each other music character on play heal. This card combos with pants. Pay 2, put this into memory if its attack is cancelled. If you do, choose a character in waiting room and put it on this card's stage position. It functions a lot like the slime from the choice list, basically guaranteeing damage in a lane by replacing itself with another copy of itself if it doesn't stick.
Notably, it doesn't heal when another copy is brought on stage like the Rimuru. However, you're able to kind of just continue to push that damage until damage sticks, which I think is a very helpful thing, especially if you're trying to close out the game from 3-0. Last up, we have the level 3 Lisa. When this card is placed on stage, you can pay 1 to search your deck for another one of these characters, put it on stage. If you bring it from deck and put it on stage, you could pay 1 again and get another one. So you could get a full field with only 4 stock. When this card attacks, if the pants is in your climax area, you can pay 1, ditch 1. And if you do, look up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them back in any order, and then deal X damage, X being the number of this card you have on field.
It doesn't cost a ton to actually use the combo. You don't need to have a full hand to do it because you've been summoning from deck. You can top check to push any climaxes you find on top further down, and it's offensive and defensive. You're swinging for 3-3, 3-3, 3-3 because you're fixing your triggers. This is sneakily a defensive top end that also has 6 instances of 3. So that's it. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Tuesday. Brandon will have a deck tech for Rent a Girlfriend. We'll have gameplay for that on Thursday. A new Clock Talk week from Tuesday, and in 2 weeks, 5 cards, 5 minutes for uncommons and commons and trial deck cards from the new BanG Dream set. Until next time, thank you for joining us. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.
We'll see you then.